Legendary weapons are a special type of weapons in Fallout 4. They are like regular weapons, but cooler. They are dropped by legendary enemies, which are a type of enemies which are so radiated, they regain their health when it drops below 50% for the first time. That's a very cool way of dealing with radiation sickness. That's just way better than having your organs melt inside of your own body. Instead, I'll just melt you from the outside. Gosh, I love writing these scripts. It's like writing essays for English class, but without having to worry about getting sent to a school psychologist again. Anyway, you get some special effects with the legendary weapons, such as Nocturnal, which does increasing amounts of damage as the night grows longer and less damage during the day, or Freezing, which does 10 points of cryo damage and will freeze targets on critical hits. I like legendary weapons, cause it feels like they got extra fucked up from the irradiation. Keep in mind, unique weapons are not the same as legendary weapons. Every unique weapon is a legendary weapon. But not every legendary weapon is a unique weapon. Got it? Okay, then let's ask the question. Can you beat Fallout 4 with only legendary weapons? And in this case, legendary weapons does include unique weapons. Okay, straight out of the vault, I made my way to the police station. Because Paladin Babe is there. And because the quest reward for the Architect Systems quest is a legendary and unique weapon, Rider's Authority. One of the easiest to get in the game. I just let Dance do all the fighting and I got rewarded in the end, which I like very much. From there on, I made my way to Good Neighbor, into the memory den, because I read on Reddit that there's an alternative way to start Nick's quest. Which I did. You get to relive the memories of Sean getting kidnapped and Nate getting killed. Which, in my many years of playing this game, I didn't know that was a thing to do. Awesome. And I also got the Freedom Trail mission from a drifter there. That's just so cool. Okay, off to fight Nikki. In the subway station in the vault, I really came to realize how good the weapon was. Okay, fair enough, I started recording this the day after I finished a pipe gun only run, so any weapon would have blown me away compared to that piece of crap I had to deal with before. Anyway, I rescued Nick from the vault prison and together we broke into Kellogg's house. I set off into the direction of Fort Hagen, and just a few meters away from the fort, I ran into a bunch of super muties. And one of them was a legendary one. It dropped a lucky laser musket, which means critical shots do double damage and the critical meter fills 15% faster. Laser muskets are a type of weapon I don't really use. Only if I do a run focused on roleplaying as a diehard Minuteman. Otherwise, I just tend to ignore them. And guys, Fort Hagen was a walk in the park. One thing I wasn't too careful of was my health bar, but I managed to save my Chica just in time every time. Kellogg went down and dropped his gun, which is a legendary and unique weapon, which refills the action points on a critical hit. Nothing too amazing, but I'm taking it. That means so far I had 3 weapons, only one which was a pure legendary run, which is less than I expected to have at this point. Also, since the Sins drop fusion cells and you get some extra ammo from picking up weapons, I left Fort Hagen with a net plus in ammo, which made it all even sweeter. In the memory den, we sliced Kellogg's brain apart. Dr. Amari actually remembered me and now it's off to fight Virgil. In the glowing sea, I ran into a few legendary enemies, but not a single one of them carried a legendary weapon. Only armor, which pissed me off greatly. Especially, my clothing of choice is Kellogg's outfit because it just looks cool. Just like the Corsair uniform. All the legendary armor pieces, I cannot even use them because they cannot be equipped with Kellogg's outfit on. Meanwhile, on a different save file, I was playing through the Nuka World DLC and I got tons of weapon drops. Even a freezing knife and an exploding 10mm pistol. Oh well, that's not the run I'm doing here and cannot move weapons from save file to save file, so I have to do with what I have. I built a teleporter with the Bros of Steel, because I decided to side with them. For the sole reason, that is, I got my first and most amazing weapon from them. And because I loved Paladin Dance more than I love any other mixtures of pixels in video games. Also, speaking of weapons, to make this challenge realer, I also decided to stay away from farming spots and reloading saves to get different legendary weapons or armor pieces, so I had to rely on luck, which was shit on my side. Oh well, in the Institute I played along to get Dr. Lee back. Now it was time to build Liberty Prime. Once again, I refused to go into Super Mutant Capital and instead just bought the magnets. Before I continued the main story, I did the side mission to get Paladin and Brandis back to the Brotherhood, and the one with the missing supplies. Paladin and Brandis gave me the unique weapon Survivor Special, which does more damage the lower my health is. Here I also realized that the voice actress for Knight Lucier is the same as Judy in Cyberpunk 2077.
It was something to see. The Pridwin coming in under full vertebrate escort, guns blazing. We were one of the first teams to hit the ground. Dozens of ferals. We opened fire and cut them down, and hunted the ones that tried to run. It was everything I had hoped for.
Couldn't forget that in a million years.
That biochip? Well, long story short, it had Johnny Silverhand's mind on it. An engram of it that's overriding my mind.
You being serious?
Truly wish I wasn't.
Fuck. Anything at all you can do?
One can hope.
I do have quite an ear for that, and I drive my mom nuts when we watch some TV shows and I point out the shared voice actors between different shows. By the way, beneath the airport, I struck gold. I found 3 legendary enemies, and 2 of them carried legendary weapons. An explosive hunting rifle doing 15 additional explosive damage on impact, and an instigating 10mm pistol, which does double damage if the enemy is at full health. I accepted the next and last quest from Captain Kels, which had me take care of Virgil. Well, I sucked him into killing himself, which I thought was a power unique to Tumblr and Twitter, but I got his rifle, which does an extra 50% damage to super mutants, so I'm taking that. At this point, I had more unique weapons than legendary ones, and I wasn't sure if I liked it or not. But I made a mental note. When I do a unique weapons only run, I won't reuse these weapons. Well, blind betrayal was blind betrayal. You see, I love Paladin Dance, and I think the same people who kill him also choose ending A or B in GTA 5, you get me? Anyway, he was spared, and I wish there was a mod to hug your companions. But sadly, Todd Coward is cock-blocking me once again. God damn it, Todd. Okay, back to the main story, which I finished back to back. Killing the railroad? No problem. The laser musket had its time to shine there, and I turned them all into dust. Mass fusion? Walk in the park. If I cranked the laser musket up to its highest amount, which is 4, I one-shot quite a few enemies. I also one-shot the sentry bot with it. That was just great! And the assaultrons went down in a similar way. Okay, now it is time for the Institute's final mission. You see, walking next to Liberty Prime fills me with a kind of joy I can hardly explain. Maybe something akin to a kid walking up to Santa. But yeah, Liberty Prime showed them the real power of friendship and laser beams. And we made the Institute blow up in joy. By the way, the legendary enemies inside of the Institute only carried clothing pieces with them, and that sucked, but oh well. In the end, Ingram teleported us to the top of Mass Fusion. I left Sin's charm behind and proved yes, you can beat Fallout 4 with only legendary weapons. This run was fun. It was great fun. First of all, it was a great difference to the previous Fallout 4 run I had recorded. The pipe gun only one. And as luck would have it, most of the legendary weapons I got were laser weapons, which made the switching between them a lot easier, as I didn't have to worry about keeping track of all the different ammo types. See, as I'm typing and recording this, I have already decided to do a run with unique weapons only. There, I won't use the weapons I have used in this run to spice things up a tiny bit. It was fun recording, it was fun editing. I didn't have to do any grinding. This run gets a solid 10 out of 10 from me. In the end, this run took me 8 hours to finish. Anyway, this was my video on beating Fallout 4 with legendary weapons only. Thank you all very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye!